What's going on, y'all? It's your host, Tego Wape, and I'm back with another episode in the jungle on the Untamed Films podcast, and I got my dog.
Boy, Riskyyrayy in the building, man. Make sure I go type in, man, motion rentals, for real.
You did. So this actually gonna be like I'm excited for this, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I bring people onto the channel and to the platform, I don't want people to feel like it's just like a certain demographic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just looking for these type of people. I want the business owners, folks that's doing this. You know, I want to surprise people. It's going to be a mix. So I'm really dropping gems on y'all to really take y'all life to the next level. So y'all be surprised on like how I got to where I'm at. But it's just networking and, you know what I'm saying, using everybody around you and seeing what they got going on, seeing how y'all can help each other go to the next level. But go ahead, tell me about yourself, where you from, you know, tell me about your upbringing.
Well, shit, if y'all already don't know, man, it's your boy Riskyyrayy. My real name, Raylan Royal. You know what I'm saying? Double R. I'm from Ohio originally, you know what I'm saying? I came down here to Atlanta really when I was like 6, 7-ish, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going. But, you know, I rep the O all the time, Youngstown, Ohio to be exact. So I'm 22 years old, you know what I'm saying? I'm a CEO car rental company, you know what I'm saying? Motion rentals, like I said before. You know what I'm saying? I'm a financial literacy coach, so, you know, I'm putting people on game with how to leverage personal credit, how to get business credit, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole game with financial literacy, what's not being taught in school, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I've just been pushing it ever since.
Man, I've been seeing you doing things, so first off, I'm gonna congratulate you, real shit.
Sure, man, I appreciate you, gang.
I'm gonna just tell him real quick about my personal experience. I done tapped in with bro, and I done pulled up on him, and we done chopped it up, and like, I know about credit, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a decent spot. He just opened my eyes to a little bit more like stuff to do a better way, how to take it to the next level with my business and all that. So I can vouch for sure. And he got the stats to show and prove it. But
sure.
So boom, when you was in high school, like, did you see this coming? Like, did you know, like, dang, this what you finna be doing? Like, what was your mindset in high school and what changed you, or even if you, what took it to the next level, whatever the case may be?
I say for my mindset in high school, I was really more so just on some hooping, you know, type vibe, like from freshman year all the way up until like my senior year. Honestly, I was hooping. I'd say my sophomore year I didn't hoop, but that was more so like what I was kind of focused on. My mindset wasn't on money at all, you know what I'm saying? Really just living, you know what I'm saying?
That nigga said living.
You know what I'm saying? That's really what I was just on, just living in high school, being a student athlete. And then shit, really after I graduated, I ain't really had no colleges and nothing like that talking to me and shit like that.
So did you hoop your last 2 years?
I hooped my last year of high school. I left, I was at North Cobb. That's where I was at first, and then I went all the way out to the boonies, you know what I'm saying, at Cartersville.
For sure.
That's where I graduated from. So, yeah, that shit didn't really work out for me, I ain't even gonna lie. But, you know, everybody who got hoop dreams and stuff like that, definitely keep pursuing it, don't give up. But I would just say coaches definitely ruined it for me, so I had to just...
How the coaches ruin it for you? Like what they would meet Ryan and other players?
For sure. If you know, you already know when it comes to sports in high school or organized sports in general, it's more so like a daddy ball or like this is my team from 4 or 5 years ago, so I'm gonna stick with the same people type deal. So that's really the type.
Especially when it be them schools where they breeding them folks.
Man, what?
Trust me, I know.
They been with them boys since middle school, 6th grade, every morning after school, all of that type of shit. So that's what was going on. So I came late. I'm the new nigga. You know what I'm saying? So.
So what was that transition like? Like, boom, when did you start getting into the being a financial coach, and where did the rental company come from?
Okay, cool. So really, after I graduated high school, you know, I was working like a few jobs and shit. Really, what ended it for me, like, I already knew a job really wasn't for me. I'm not saying it's not for, you know what I'm saying, but for me personally, it just wasn't for me. I already knew that.
Why?
Just because I wanted to be my own boss, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to take orders from somebody else. And then at the same time, at least, if I was working at some certain jobs, like even warehouse jobs, I wasn't really learning nothing while I was at the job. So it was more so like it wasn't a bad thing to work a job. It was just the fact that I'm not learning anything there. So I feel like it was pointless. I'm just doing
it was no, like, you getting money, but like, it's no next level.
Yeah,
like, what am I gonna do with the money?
I've never been a manager at any job I've ever worked at. Like, you know, most people, they upgrade, you know what I'm saying? No, I do what I'm told to do, you know what I'm saying? And I just leave it at that, but.
No way.
As far as the transition though,
what was first though? Was it like, boom, like, Yeah, what was first? Like, boom, the financial coach, or you at the same time you thought about it, like.
So boom, let me put you down. So pretty much, boom, after the little job shit went on, I stopped working there. I was working at a mechanic shop at the time. So that's really what, like, I was already into cars, but like I was working on cars at the same time. So I'm really learning, like, okay, this how this go, how the oil change, you know, all the basics and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of got me into cars. I was just driving different cars every day, so I got into that. But yeah, really just the transition, or like what I was doing after that, I started working at a financial like a company where we basically repair credit. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of.
How old are you?
I'm 18 at the time.
Okay.
About to be 19, like right before I turn 19. This is
so y'all can see the timeline. I want y'all to understand the timeline.
Most definitely. So it's about right when I'm about to turn 19 years old. My mom introduced me to this lady who was building her credit. So my mom pretty much introduced me to this lady named Ty Styles, and pretty much she was just fixing her credit at the time, and Ty was coming to her like, oh, I need a new assistant, you know what I'm saying? And my mom thought at first, what was crazy is the opportunity wasn't even for me, it was for my older brother.
Right.
And I mean, he does music and everything like that, so he really just didn't take the opportunity serious. So I mean, I seen the opportunity, I was already looking at credit, I was watching YouTube videos and stuff about how important it was, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm not finna miss out on that. You know what I'm saying? I get paid to learn. That's how I looked at it, you know what I'm saying? So I worked there for like a year and some change. She taught me a lot of shit. Like, she put me on game with just the whole how to invest with and leveraging credit and stuff like that, and the whole credit repair process, you know what I'm saying? So she put me on game with that. And pretty much everything that I learned from there, plus everything I learned outside of there, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I learned something, I went home, I was up to like 2, 3 a.m. literally studying this shit. So just so I can be the best, you know what I'm saying? Because she wanted me to be a miniature her.
Right.
She a boss for it. I ain't gonna lie.
She on it.
So yeah, pretty much. After that, I was working there for like I said, a year and some change. And like I said, I was already getting into cars and stuff like that before then. So I kind of just branched off. She already knew it was like a mutual thing. You know, we still locked down, we still cool. But she definitely made me sign an NDA. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't want me to not an NDA, it was like a non-compete or something, like an agreement, something like that. So basically, we wouldn't be in a competition. I wouldn't be trying to take none of her clients and stuff like that. But I was more so reaching out to the younger crowd anyway. I want to put people that's in my age or a little bit younger than me on game.
I want to start through. I want to break something down there, and I do this all the time. So basically, what happened is, you didn't it didn't fall in your lap. You created an opportunity, and a lot of people fail to realize you create opportunities to make certain things happen.
For sure.
I built myself up, and I went on my way to hit them up, like, hey, let me do this for you. You know, I'm creating opportunities to open a bigger door. You know what I'm saying? I done did business with you. I done did some other stuff. We done communicated. I done built the relationship to get to this point. Now you see me doing the interview with them, doing top tier stuff. You feel me? So I just want to break that down to show people that you literally have to create an opportunity. You have to open up your mouth. You have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. You went and trained yourself up and got yourself prepared. So then when this chapter of your life came, you was able to venture off and do your own thing. And you know, and it was a blessing. And I see you doing your thing. So.
For sure, man. I appreciate you. For sure, man. That's real.
So, boom, you know, branching off, you doing your thing. So, where's the rental car company come from? Where'd that come from?
So, boom, so really, I would say when I had started learning about like how financing cars and all of that type of stuff working, that's kind of what got me interested into it, because just a little free game if you don't know. But whenever you go finance a car, for one, I hope you're not putting money down on the car, but obviously I had to learn myself. So, but yeah, when you're going to finance a car, it takes up to 30 days pretty much for it to actually post on your credit. And so I was watching the YouTube video, shout out to my boy CEO Matty J. He had ended up doing some crazy, I think he got like 36 cars or like 50 cars or something like that in a week.
He was going fit.
He went crazy, I ain't even gonna lie. So I seen that and I'm like, just off of the simple fact of taking advantage of that loophole. So I was like, shit, if he could do it, I know I could do it, you know what I'm saying? So me knowing the game and stuff like that, I went and tried it, you know what I'm saying? So I had used my mom and my brother at the time. I helped them build up their credit and everything once I was putting them on game from everything I was learning at the credit repair company. And yeah, so pretty much my brother, he only got one car. And at the time, I had got some funds or whatever the case may be from basically helping people out with the credit repair company. So I was stacking up some money. So I had some money really saved up, probably like a good 10, 15 bands put up. So obviously I wish I knew what I knew now before I put all that money down on the cars. But I basically helped my brother had his own money with his Audi. He got an Audi A6. That was his first car. And then I ended up just getting 2 cars at the time. I put $5K down on a 3 Series BMW. That shit sound crazy to me. It's a $27,000 car. And then I had put $7,500 down on my Land Rover Discovery, but I had really got that car from my mom.
Right.
Cause I helped her actually get a Porsche. So she had got a Porsche, so that's my whole fleet starting off. That's my first fleet. Starting off, so the Audi A6, the 3 Series BMW.
That boy stepping. How old are you, bro?
I'm at this time about 19, 20 at this time.
That boy
I'm not even 21 yet.
You don't get turned.
So yeah, I pretty much used the family, you know what I'm saying? At the time, we were like, well, family business and yeah, so I had the Land Rover, the Audi, the BMW, and then we had got the Porsche Macan. That's what I had helped my mom get. And she pretty much worked out her own deal with that. So that was my first fleet or whatever. And that's when I started off on Toro. Toro was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was worth it. I would say when you first starting off, I highly recommend if you want to get into car rentals or whatever, definitely start off with Toro, just because it'll help you basically easily structure how you will be in the future once you branch off from Toro. Right. Just because they got the calendar and everything set up, they got the whole messaging and everything, all of that set up, and then like they got your pictures. Everything is just set up very organized, so it'll help you get organized as well once you branch off, whenever you're ready for that. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I had got my first fleet, for real.
So after your first fleet, right, boom, we all know whatever you do in life, with being a photographer, a videographer, a businessman, a coach, like, you learn, you make mistakes. So like, what's something like even like what you said, like putting all that money down?
Yeah.
Like that's something you learn. Like, what did you learn from like your first couple runarounds? Like, what's like some no-nos, like, I gotta watch out for this, or like anybody that's watching, like, damn, I want to start doing stuff like that.
So shit, really, I feel like that's the biggest mistake, honestly, that I made was, like, I already knew, like, a little bit for real, but I don't know, I feel like my ego really was what it was. That was like, I'm gonna just put the money down. I feel like that's what a lot of black people do, to say, you know what I'm saying? We just be like, fuck, we gonna put the money down because we got it. But it's really not a smart financial decision. So, yeah, pretty much what I learned was that, for one, it don't matter what your credit score is, even if you got bad credit. I don't care if you got a 590.
What's bad? I was about to say, what's bad credit?
Well, everybody starts off with a 580 credit score. So honestly, below a 6, I ain't gonna say that's bad credit, but below a 650 to me personally is bad credit.
Right.
Cause it's not like, you can get approved for certain things. Well, let me not say that, because the credit score don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? It's really about your credit profile, how thick it is, how, you know what I'm saying, how detailed it is, if you got 7 to 10 accounts, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, credit score, most people get the mix of like thinking that's what the most important thing is, but just me personally, as far as like applying for funding and things of that nature, I wouldn't do anything if you don't have a 650 or up, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, at the time I really didn't, you know too much about, I ain't gonna say didn't know too much about it, but I was just being risky, honestly. That's where the name Riskyyrayy came from, just trying stuff, to be honest, you know. And my fault, I had kind of lost my train of thought again.
We were just talking about the don'ts, like what's a big no-nos, like.
But yeah,
whether it be credit or if somebody trying to start a rental company, like what you learn?
Yeah, for the no-nos.
Wait, even with the putting down, so why do they tell us like, nah, you gotta put some cheese down? Niggas be trying to squeeze 5, 10, 3.
The whole finesse is this: when it comes to putting money down on your vehicle, they're honestly keeping that money, they're pocketing that money. Back, like I was saying, if you got bad credit, I don't care what the score is, you're not supposed to give them more than 10% of what the car value is. Right. So if the car is worth $28K, you're not supposed to give them more than $2,800. I don't care if you got bad credit. Right. Now, if you got good credit, 650 or above, 680 above, you know what I'm saying, there's no reason for you to put any money down. Right. Now, the only reason why they could convince you to put some money down, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500, is because it's your first time financing a vehicle. Right. So they can definitely get away with that sometimes, but I've helped plenty of people, plenty of my clients came to me, first time getting a vehicle, financing, they got it with no money down. So basically, you just gotta show them you hip, like, nah. You gotta show them, yeah, you gotta be confident with what you're saying to these folks, and then just letting them know, like, you're not stupid, you know what I'm saying? I know what's going on, like, I know your tactics. And
I ain't even gonna ask some folk up in the scope. Like, they're upping for sure.
For sure, you already know.
So, boom. What's your worst experience? Like, tell me like your worst experience with like a client rental and like on some personal, like whether it be like they just don't listen and they try to tell you it's a scam, or like what's a bad experience you done had, or even with one of your vehicles, like somebody just went crazy, wrecked it, tore up the car, ran off with it.
I would say, so I ain't gonna cap, when it comes to the car rentals, I have so many crazy stories. Y'all don't even know the half of this shit. I ain't even gonna lie.
Everybody think it's just straight dubs,
this
huh?
is not straight dubs. You gotta take a few L's before you take a few dubs. That's facts. But I would say, I'm gonna say on a personal level, as far as like, I haven't had many people who signed up with me, who's done a one-on-one with me, and you know, not really get it. Like, I'm real connected. Like, if you really need help, if you reach out to me, like, hey, hitting my phone up and stuff like that, as far as really needing more assistance after we meet, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely there for you. So anybody who do that, I don't really have too much pushback with that. So I probably had like one person not really fully get it, or it was just, I wouldn't say they didn't get it. They was more so just expecting me to hold their hand the entire way there. They wasn't wanting to take any risk on their own, especially after you got all the game that you need. Like, I done gave you all the game, literally, like, talking for like months, and you know what I'm saying, and you didn't just apply it to your own. You gotta apply the knowledge. If you can't be scared or expect me to be like tell you everything to put on the application when I had pretty much already told you. So it's like you just want me to do the application for you, stuff like that. So that's probably the only thing that I've had happen with, as far as like a personal. But as far as like car rental wise, the craziest thing I probably experienced, I'll say two. Cause I gotta throw my Hellcat incident in there for sure.
Not the cat. How old are you with the cat?
Man, 21. I was 21 when I got the Hellcat. We'll get into that too.
And we in Atlanta.
But hey, I'm glad that I didn't have an experience of somebody stealing my car. God forbid. I have not had that experience yet. I know it's probably coming. I just don't want it to come. But I feel like I'm mentally prepared for it. I've been getting better with my emotional maturity. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll say the worst one is the Hellcat. That was my personal vehicle at the time, you know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't renting a car. But my brother knew somebody, so it was like, you know, a good referral at the time, you know what I'm saying? I think Face Card good. and he came to me and was like, bro, I'd pay you like 10, 15 racks to rent it out for a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, at the time, like, shit, yeah. And I'm making that in the month off the car, so I'm like, off of one car being rented, I would probably make that off of all my cars possibly in a month. But me doing this off of one car, I was like, yeah, let's do it, for sure.
No brainer, huh?
But I promise you, bro, when I had the conversation, when he came to pick up the car, I told him, I was real transparent. I'm like, bro, this is my baby, this is my personal car. You're not getting the red key. For one, he got the black key. That's what was so crazy about it. He didn't even have the red key. But yeah, I was just letting them know, like, this is my personal vehicle, you know what I'm saying? Please don't do me dirty. You know what I'm saying? Literally, not even a full 24 hours, bro. Not even a full 24 hours after I let bro leave, I'm getting the call, and he putting the cap on me so hard, like, you know what I'm saying? He putting the cap on me hard, like, oh, I got in a high-speed chase. And he thinking it's cool, like, you think you telling me this, you're doing this in my car, this is cool. For one, you're lying. But what actually happened was he did a music video, and he was trying to goddamn spin the car. And yeah, he fucked it up. Bro. So I was like, cause realistically, you got the car still. The car ended up getting fixed or whatever the case may be, so I got it back. But like, you were obviously lying, cause if you got in a high-speed chase, how did you get away? If the car is looking like this, like, you would have got caught, you know what I'm saying? So it was a cat. So that's that one with the Hellcat. I got it back, nigga, everything fucked up. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit. And then leading on to the next one with the Porsche, this nigga took my Porsche all the way from Atlanta to New York. Yeah.
Boy, that boy went on a trip. Boy, that's like
mind you, he didn't even tell me what he was doing. I was really out of it at the time because of another situation that happened with the Hellcat after that. You know what I'm saying? I pulled into the parking lot to go drop off the Porsche. I'm in the Hellcat, my boy in the Porsche. Pull into the parking lot. I'm dropping the key off to my boy who was picking up the Porsche. Right. Mind you, the hinges just bust off the, you know what I'm saying, off my Hellcat, and I'm not even thinking about nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about the situation with my Hellcat, so I just give bro the key, you know what I'm saying? They ask him no questions. Like I said, that's where I messed up, because I didn't ask him no questions. You gotta vet your customers, you know what I'm saying? So that's extremely important. Most people just just hope that your customers is gonna be respectful of your things, and most people don't drive your stuff like it's their stuff, you know what I'm saying? They drive it like it's a rental, you know what I'm saying? Because it is, so it's like, if you vet them, you'll know what I'm saying, you'll build a better relationship with them, they'll take care of your stuff. That'll go a long way, so that's what I didn't do. He ended up driving my car all the way from Atlanta, all the way to New York.
That boy went on the rail.
I'm talking about, mind you, he didn't even get it for a week. I think he got it for like 3 days. So I only do 200 miles a day on my car, so that's only 600 miles. New York alone is probably like, bro, I don't even know, like 1,200 from here? Or I don't know if y'all know.
That's a trip, though.
How many miles it is from Atlanta to New York. He went well over it, and then he had to come all the way back. So it's like, he went over it off the rip just by going. So he came all the way back. Boom, that dude dropped the car off right at the same location where he picked it up, left the key in the car. This is a Porsche, bro. Like, what are you doing? Sure. He left the key, he left before he even let me know that he dropped the key off. He was already on some bullshit. I knew it was something, bro, because he was like, the communication just wasn't right. The communication was off for sure. So I was like, bro, I got the tracker on my car, so obviously I knew as soon as he had made it back in town. As soon as I seen that he left the Porsche where it was stationary, it was parked, hit the kill switch on it, so he couldn't turn that motherfucker back on. So I didn't have to worry about nobody obviously still in my car. Right. But came down here to get it. Obviously, he's not to be found. Keys in the car. All the rims scraped on the car. Every single rim is scraped on the car. My side mirror gone. The door handle on the Porsche is broken now. It got scraped up from, I guess he got side swiped or whatever the case. So I'm calling them, texting them, asking
He went federal.
He went crazy, bro. And at the time, like, this was, I don't know, I think he was like a transgender or something like that. I'm not even 110% giving it a buck. And yeah, so that whole shit was just like a whole different situation, you feel me? So, yeah, he just, you know what I'm saying, basically just left me high and dry. Ain't really sent me no, you know what I'm saying? And then try to call his insurance company, you know what I'm saying, to handle the situation. And at the time, this is why it's important to have commercial insurance when you're doing rentals outside of Toro. It's extremely important because you want to make sure you get coverage. So obviously, if the car is in somebody's personal name and you're trying to do a claim, but you're renting the car out, the insurance company is not gonna wanna cover you, you know what I'm saying? So when doing situations like that, obviously this is definitely a risk, but this is why it's important to vet your customers. Because when you vet your customers and they understand that they messed up in a situation, they know to take full responsibility for the situation, so you ain't gotta never worry about something like that happening.
It's already a full understanding.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just had a situation like that happen. But so yeah, he ended up telling his insurance company, oh yeah, I was renting out the car, I know y'all can't cover it because it's a rental, and I didn't tell y'all, or so I had to take a loss on that one. I was really burnt, I ain't gonna cap. And
see, it was a lesson. That was a lesson though.
Definitely a lesson learned. I wasn't even mad about the situation, honestly. Like I was mad about it, I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely mad about it, but I wasn't like gonna take it to the next level. Supposedly, I guess he was like some famous TikTok dude or whatever. I could have been like, you know how they really be like, oh,
story.
I could have took it federal for real. And it was like, he ain't pay me the money, I could have did all of that, but I was like, nah, you feel me? I'ma just, you feel what I'm saying? Karma gonna work his own thing, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really tripping on it. And yeah, I'd probably say those are the craziest things that happened to me as far as personal and car rental side so far, for real.
So tell people how important it is to have a business and build business credit.
Man, I can't stress to everybody out here who's trying to pursue the entrepreneur world. It don't matter what you're getting into, whether it's photography, clothing brand, car rentals, Airbnb, real estate, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? The importance of you building business credit is like extremely important, honestly. And that really all ties down to your personal credit too. Like most people think that like they can get a new LLC or whatever and then just like juice it up with trade lines and buy all those primary websites and things of those natures and
just be in there.
When you're a new company, they want to see like a lot of paperwork, like tax returns, bank statements, and things of that nature. They want to see the certain amount of money coming through your account when you're a new business. That's if you're only using your business credit. See, with me personally, I go the personal guarantor route. And so that's why I stress to everybody that not only should you have good business credit, but you should definitely focus on having good personal credit, because it's 10 times easier for you to get funding when you have good personal credit. It's called personal guarantor. You know what I'm saying? So you can't lose with it. You can have a brand new business. It can be established for 45 days. And literally, bro, once you personal guarantor it, obviously you got a good, healthy, you know what I'm saying, personal credit score. Like I said before, the score is not the most important thing, it's the profile. So if your profile look thick enough, you know what I'm saying, you good to go. They gonna run your personal credit. It's gonna be a hard inquiry. And the fine thing about it is when you having business credit and you use the lines of credit and things of that nature, that limit or the utilization does not post to your personal credit. So that's the best thing about it is
Two different things,
right? But you're using your personal credit to get approved for the business line of credit, you know what I'm saying? And see, another also fine thing about it is because it's not an actual account that's connected to your personal credit, it's a business account. Therefore, the hard inquiry when they run your personal credit through the personal guarantee, there's no negative, there's no account that's actually related to it, so it's easily can come off. And now you can go apply for business credit again and personal guarantor with another company. So, you know, that's just some game.
That boy dropping them gems, them hacks. So basically what I got from the situation is, man, folks need the LLC up, have your personal credit up to par.
Definitely.
Dang, I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's OD. They went federal outside. I ain't even gonna get Yeah, that's Atlanta for you, man.
So basically, LLC up, have it start aging, have your personal right to make it 10 times easier and build your profile. So when you go apply for the business, you can get your account start flowing and educate yourself how to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
So boom, talk about like some of the clients you done work with, like boom, big names or whatever the case may be, because people like to know that type of stuff. Like, how are you in contact with this? How is your vehicle here?
Yeah.
Like, tell them about that. Like, how do you set stuff? Like, how does these type of jobs come about? Because they don't know.
So I would say honestly, if you don't know, networking is like the most important thing when it come out here. Most people be kind of focused on money, but I value relationships more than money because your net worth is your network, or your network is your network. You know what I'm saying? Is that how that go?
Yeah,
I believe that's how it goes. So yeah, but yeah. So pretty much some clients that I've been working with recently. I'll say I just had a video shoot with Sexy Red. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of got put through basically like a referral. This girl who followed me, you know what I'm saying? We got a smooth little connection or whatever. We just be chopping it up about biz and things of that nature. She actually hit the director or something. She had a connection with the director type deal. And he was looking for a vehicle for the shoot or whatever. And it was actually an Instagram post. I don't know if everybody's seen it. But yeah, she ended up being close with him or whatever. She sent him my Instagram. And he ended up hitting me up on my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that worked, just off of networking. You know
see that? Because he knew somebody that knew somebody. He got in there.
That knew somebody. That's how I got in there, honestly. And so, boom, we put everything together. Obviously, it was way more people who had like they could have chose anybody, honestly. It was more people that was trying to come and offer them the car that, you know what I'm saying, that she wanted. But she went with us, you know what I'm saying? We had the red Urus. You already know it's Sexy Red, so she went with that hard. She was like, we had the red Ferrari, and then we had the red Urus, but she was talking about getting a Ferrari, but she was like, nah, we want the red Urus, you know what I'm saying? So that's what bro had told me. We put everything together, and that's pretty much how that whole thing went together, and then we ended up getting, you know what I'm saying, shooting all that content, and locked in with the directors and everything like that. So hopefully some more good projects coming up real soon for Motion Rentals. And yeah, also another client of mine is Big Boog as well. That's the same thing as well. That was knowing somebody too. You know what I'm saying?
That's when they put the referral through the door.
Same thing. So my boy Shane, actually one of my business partners, his sister is like, I guess, I don't want to put all that business out there, or whatever, I mean, but his sister, you know what I'm saying, connected with them or whatever. So that's pretty much how he got connected. And then that's my guy, so. Boom. That's how that got put together.
You knew somebody and put the play together. It's on the flow.
It's crazy, man. It's so powerful, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how things been working out, and just never being closed mouth, man. Closed mouths don't get fed. Definitely every time you go somewhere, be confident in whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Let people know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what people might need from you. You know what I'm saying? So you might be assistance to anybody. Somebody really might be in dire need of looking for whatever it is that you want to do or that you are doing. You know what I'm saying? So Most definitely, closed mouths don't get fed.
That's hard. So before we go, tell these folks, I got 2 things. Tell these folks where they can get in contact with you at so they can ask you more questions, follow up, follow the journey.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I need you to drop 3 gems for the people, like, you know what I'm saying? 3 things you got to, like, if you could talk to yourself from way back then, like people like that, you know what I'm saying? What gems would you give them to succeed in life or get to where you at or get higher around? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm gonna just start off with the gems first, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go with that.
Okay.
So I'll say on the credit aspect, one gem that I wanna leave with everybody, this is like kinda important, so kinda like listen to what I'm saying right now. And I actually got a video as well on my Instagram about this too. But man, when it comes to these credit cards, everybody who is scared of getting in debt and things of that nature, this gem is specifically for you. People who are not well at paying their payments on time or like just not disciplined and consistent with that payment, you know what I'm saying? Always remember the most important time or the most important date when it comes to paying off your credit cards is the statement date. See, everybody know about the due date, which let's say, for example, it's on the 15th. But nobody really is hip to know that the statement date is the date that is actually gonna post on your credit. Whatever date that is, whatever your utilization is for whatever credit card that you're paying off, that's what's gonna post that day is when it's gonna post. So yeah, just make sure you pay it off every single month on the due date. So if it's on the 15th, your statement date is typically 5 to 7 days after your due date. So let's say if it's on the 15th, the statement date might be the 20th or the 22nd. So I always tell people, when you pay it off on the due date, do not touch that credit card again until 1 day after the statement date. You can use it as however you want to use it again. Obviously, don't spend money you don't have. But if you have the money and you need to use it, just be disciplined with that alone. That's one gem that I want to leave y'all with for sure.
Now, basically, let me just retouch up for the folks that, like, some folks, they know, but they don't know. So basically what he's saying is if you pay your credit card on the 15th, and then you use it again on the 18th and you spend $200, by the time that statement posts, that's what's gonna be on your profile. Like, you got 10% utilization, 18, 20, whatever percent, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what he's saying. Wait till that day after, so it's 0% and you Gucci.
And also, even with that too, leave a little bit of money on there. Don't pay it all the way off in full every single month, because they want to see that you're using a credit card. But if y'all don't know, when you pay it all the way off to a zero balance, it looks like you're not using the credit card. You know what I'm saying? So definitely leave a little bit of, I always tell people stay in between the 5 to 10% range. What they tell you is stay below 30%, but I like excellence, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go between 5 to 10%. Don't go above that. Stay in between those, you know what I'm saying? So that's one gem, like I said, I want to leave y'all with.
Okay.
I would say another gem that I want to leave y'all with, honestly, yeah, with the cars, for real. Let's go back to that. Like we were saying before, it take you 30 days, you know what I'm saying, for a credit or the car to actually post onto your credit. So this is for my risky people out there, people who, you know what I'm saying, you come tap in on me or whatever the case may be, or you know how to get business funds or already got some money put up, you know what I'm saying? Save your money. Do not go put no money down on no car. So this is for people who wants to get into car rentals, right? When you go to these dealerships, obviously you're not gonna go to the same dealership unless you have a connection where they can maybe work something out like that where you can get more than one car from there. But go to different dealerships for one. And the game is going pre-approved before you even go to the dealership. See, you wanna get pre-approved from a bank that you already built in a relationship with, because basically they already gonna give you a certain amount of funds so you know what you can get once you walk into there. So you really gonna walk in there feeling like Tony Montana for real. You know what I'm saying? I can get whatever I want because you got the check in your hand, you feel what I'm saying? So then once you get your first car, see, they still gonna run your credit. See, the thing is, right, they still gonna run the shit out of your credit, even if you got that check, which is so, it's retarded. I don't know why they do that. But it's not even a bad thing. Don't look at it as a bad thing, right? What you do is make sure that you get it from the finance manager. Make sure you get every single bank that approved you for basically your loan, you know what I'm saying, for whatever car you're trying to finance. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get every single bank that approves you, now you see basically how many cars you can get. So you know they're gonna run your credit but to like 30 different banks, you know what I'm saying? So if you got your shit ran through 30 different banks and let's say 6 to 7 of them approved you for 30, 40,000 because you already came in there with a $30,000 check, you You know what I'm saying? Now I know I can get 6 or 7 cars with a 30, 40,000, you know what I'm saying, from these specific banks. So that way when I go to the different dealerships, I already know what banks to tell them to pull. That way they ain't gotta run my shit hella time. So the first time they run your shit hella, just make it make sense. They ask them for that. You know what I'm saying? That way you ain't gotta worry about it hitting you a million times. You know?
I ain't never know that. That's
a gem for sure.
Nah, for real.
So yeah, man, because that's honestly how I did my thing. That's how I got my 5 whips in 1 week. I did it just like that. You know what I'm saying?
22. He did that way before it was.
I did that 21 years old. 20 turning 21.
You feel me?
So yeah.
What's the third one, man?
What's the third one I can leave y'all with, man? Honestly, this is a gem. To me personally, I feel like it's a gem. Most people, they got the notation that you feel like you gotta pop it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that stigma of feeling like you gotta impress the next person, or you feel me, whatever the case may be, don't be in competition with the next person. Honestly, this is what I want to leave y'all with, is be in competition with yourself. Always trying to be 1% better every single day. And really, but don't never really fall victim to the crowd. Like, all this stuff ain't really going nowhere. Everything that's like going on right now, times is tough right now. It's what, we in almost December right now, you know what I'm saying? So it's slow period for a lot of businesses. I'm already knowing what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I'm in business myself, so I know what's going. So just make sure, you know what I'm saying, when it's coming around slow season and stuff like that, you prepare for it, you know what I'm saying, mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying, and financially as well, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to leverage your credit, you know what I'm saying? So when stuff like this comes around, you still up and good, you know what I'm saying? You can still pay for this, you can still, you know what I'm saying, get things done. So mental health is extremely important. So that's honestly what I want to leave y'all with. That last gem is just make sure you really locked in on your mental awareness and your mental health, you know what I'm saying? Don't let the crowd influence you to do certain things that's going to put you in a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? Right. Lock in, you know what I'm saying, so you can really get shit done. This next year coming up is your year, man. It's our year. You already know what's going on.
We stand that.
No
we
cap.
stand that.
Yeah.
So, boom. Tell them where they can follow you at, man.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, man, my name is Riskyyrayy, man. So, on all social media platforms, man, Riskyyrayy with 2 Y's, Risky with 2 Y's, Ray with 2 Y's, on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, you know what I'm saying, and Facebook, too, as well. So, make sure our boys go tap in, man. Motion Rentals on Instagram, too, as well. We having all the exotics. We having economies, too. So, if you need some weeklies, we can put you in those, too. We have some mid-luxuries, too. So, if you ain't trying to pay $800 to $1,000 a day for something, we got something for you for like $300, you know what I'm saying, $400, $450, things of that nature, too. So, we having flavors for whatever you need. So, make sure y'all boys, like I said, go tap in Motion Rentals, you know what I'm saying, and tap in your boy Riskyyrayy, you know what I'm saying. We already know Untamed Films, you know what I'm saying, my boy Tego 8, you know what I'm saying, we lit.
Yeah, y'all heard it firsthand, man. It's your host, Tego 8, on the Untamed Films podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and comment who you want to see next. Let's go.
We out.